The Aging Network.
We have several programs that are administered all through the State Unit on Aging, and I'll share some of those with you. It's interesting, too, that primarily we have three main categories of funding to administer our programs in Georgia. Main source of funding comes through the Administration on Aging. Through the Older Americans Act, it was passed in the mid-60s. We also receive funding from the Community Care Services Program, and it comes from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And then last but not least, we receive state funds appropriated by the Georgia General Assembly. We administer the programs from the Division of Aging Services through contracts with our local area agencies on aging. And in Georgia, there are 12 area agencies on aging. Each of these 12 area agencies on aging may cover as many as 15 to 17 counties. When you call the area agency on aging, there's a service that's called Gateway. And each one of the Gateway screeners have been trained. They're professionals who know how to help you, your family, or others try to assess what would be the best services for the senior or the person you're calling for or yourself to receive in your home and in your community.
Don't get your knickers in a knot. Nothing is solved and it just makes you walk funny.
Most typical services that seniors like are the homemaker services, and you might not be familiar with the terminology for a personal support service worker or a homemaker services worker, but it's usually someone who will come into your home at agreed upon time. They'll come in and they would help if you need a bath, getting dressed, grooming, shaving, fixing your hair. Also, they would do light housekeeping like changing the bed linens, making up your bed. If you need assistance with grocery shopping, they might pick up groceries and prepare a light lunch. Also, the emergency response system called ERS is very popular in Georgia, especially for folks who live in rural areas. Our ERS systems are set up so that the phone actually calls a neighbor, a family member, the sheriff, whoever you have on your list that you want called to come help you if you have fallen or you're sick or you need help and it's an emergency. Also, a very popular program is the Senior Center. Most counties have at least one or more senior centers, and they vary around the state, but they tailor the activities to what the older adults in their communities tell them that they want most. Often you will see that there's a lot of exercise programs available. In some areas of the state, I've seen square dancing, very active square dancing, line dancing, ballroom dancing, but in other areas I've seen Tai Chi, yoga, you name it. There's so many varied activities, including computer labs, educational training and sessions, and also a hot, delicious meal, which is nice that someone else has already prepared for you. So if you or your family or a friend that you know of is interested in attending a local senior center, to find out where to locate one, you would also call the local area agency on aging. Not many people know that there is available a job training program for older adults. And this may surprise you, but it's available to those of us 50 years of age and older. So if you're low income, you're looking to find employment, and you want new job training or to learn new skills, we would do the assessment, set you up with it's actually different businesses who have agreed to be a host agency, and they would provide the training for you. But I want to spend just a few minutes talking with you about the Adult Protective Services Program. The purpose of the program is if you feel that you have been, or if you know of someone that you feel has been abused, neglected, or exploited, you would call our number. The number's provided on the screen for you. We have counselors who will talk with you and gather the information about the alleged abuse, neglect, or exploitation. This program, unlike many of our other ones, is available for any adult age 18 or older. So if you feel that someone has been physically abused, neglected, or financially exploited, there is help for them. When you call and provide the information, it can be an anonymous call, or you may provide your name and contact information. But what we would do is go to the home and check with that person to see what is going on in their lives. The Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Ombudsman is a Swedish word which means citizen advocate. If you find yourself in need of an advocate for someone who lives in a nursing home or a personal care home, in Georgia they're oftentimes also called assisted living facilities or group homes, I would encourage you to call the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. The number is available on the screen. And when you call the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program, they will connect you with an ombudsman in your local community that knows all the licensed and, unfortunately, sometimes unlicensed facility in your community. You can talk with them about your concerns of the resident of the facilities or what's going on, and then they will make a visit to the facility. You may make an anonymous call. If you or someone you know has been very confused about all of the prescription drug plan options that are available in Georgia, I feel your pain. 1 year alone, we had 82 options in Georgia for different pharmaceutical drug plans through Medicare Part D. If you or someone you know would like assistance in figuring out the best drug plan for you to enroll in, and usually the enrollment is during the fall of each year, I encourage you to call the Georgia Cares Program. The toll-free number is listed on the screen, but as always, you can contact your local area agency on aging.
Think as little as possible about yourself. Think as much as possible about other people. Dwell on things that are interesting.
You might be considering volunteerism, and I hope that if you are, you would consider volunteering within the Aging Network. We would love to have you call the local area agency on aging and just inquire as to what volunteer opportunities are available. You know, the quickest and the easiest volunteer activity that a lot of people enjoy and brings pleasure to them in their lives is helping to volunteer through the Home Delivered Meals program. You would accept responsibility for a certain route. It might could even be in your neighborhood. You would deliver a hot meal every day to an older adult in your community. We also have volunteer activities through the Georgia Cares Program and through the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program.